We have a couple of questions in the chat up here. There's one from Danny Daru, who says, "Hi, Lido. Have you ever struggled with people in the music industry who have rigid expectations about your content and style as an Indigenous artist?"
I don't think that the troubles and tribulations that I've encountered in this very wild industry have come because of being Indigenous. I think it basically, the problems that I had is because I was too young and too naive and impressionable. And because I'm a woman, maybe things are getting a little better now, but 10 years ago, how old was I 10 years ago? I was 19, right? So when I did my first record, and the songs that I put on my MySpace, people heard them and they loved it, and all of a sudden I was just like the Latin Colombian darling that everyone wanted to do a song with, and I was like, "Yay, great, I love it, yeah, let's do it." But I didn't know that there are contracts and there's splits and there's royalties and all these things. So I think that was the main problem that was my lack of education in the industry and business side of it. And because it was so obvious that I didn't know, then the people that did know took advantage, because they just saw this like little girl that was completely clueless, that was eager to please, that line in one of the Lee Furtado songs, "And I remember the day when I was so eager to satisfy you." I was like that. I feel that so much, and then one day she was in my house eating arepas, so that's another conversation.
Yeah.
But but it's just so funny, like just like stuff like that just happens. But at the same time, I'm grateful that those bad experiences happened when I was still so young. Right. That now, 10 years later, it's like, oh, I got this. Like,
and so we don't need any details about any event itself, but was there a particular moment when you suddenly went, "Oh, hang on, I need to like get on top of all of this"?
Well, the main thing was, and it really traumatized me and actually caused me to take like a 5-year break. I think I was getting to the end of my break when you messaged me, when you got a hold of me, when you wrote me. I was like, it took me back to that Marilyn Manson, "I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me." It's like, I don't like the music, but music likes me, because I get all these amazing people like knocking on my door. But the thing was, like my first record, like before La Papesa, when I was like the Colombian darling, whatever, I got interest from a venue in Spain to have me go down there and perform. Great, everything good, everything nice. Only that I never got the email. The email was sent to a friend of a friend who claimed that he was my manager because he had this record label. And he not only said that he was my manager, he said that I am kind of a diva and I don't talk to third parties. So he did a whole business. He actually did a European tour using my name, okay? But then called me to say, "Oh, there's like we're doing a European tour. Do you want to come as a backup singer?" And I said, "Oh, of course, as long as you don't put my name out there, because I'm working on new songs and I don't really have anything new out. So I'll just be that. I'll love to come on tour. I'll be your backup singer." And then a week after, I said yes, I get a strange email from my friend, Isa GT. She's an amazing, everyone go look her up. She's an amazing producer. She runs her label. She's based in London and Berlin, and she was living in London at the time. And she was like, did you cancel a show in Sweden? And I'm like, when am I going to Sweden? Yeah, I got these people saying that you cancel on them and they want me to perform instead of you. Oh, really? And then she sends me a photo, and there was like a theater, and it had my name in big letters when I was supposed to play and all that stuff. Then I get a message from the people in Spain, and they're like, "We're so sorry. The government just changed, and we're not getting the same funding that we're getting from the previous government. So only a few of you artists are going to be able to come. And I wrote them privately, and I was like, why are you messaging me when I'm not playing in Spain? This artist is playing in Spain. I'm coming as his backup singer. And they're like, oh no, they're only coming because your manager told us that he's your band. I'm in Toronto, they're in Argentina. How are you my band?
Wow.
So and it unfolded all of these shows that were happening with my name on them. So they basically dragged my name as the girl that canceled shows without any heads up
Wow.
or reason. And I just said, this shit is not for me. I'm done. Like, I already wrote songs for people that got Grammys and they didn't even put me in their credits.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
very traumatic, like, to be this prolific and this bright, because I know that I am. Again, not humble. I'm not humble. I'm realistic. It's just humble. Humble comes from like humility, and it's too close to humiliation.
Right.
So, another conversation.
That's a good string there. I'm gonna remember that one. Yeah.
It really comes from like Spanish conquistadores coming to South America and seeing indigenous women naked and putting shame on our bodies and saying, you have to humiliate, you have to be humble because you have to humiliate for God, this guy that you don't know about, and then that's when Latin America and South America, became the mess that they are now, and why my people are so oppressed, right? So I don't believe in humility. But yeah, going back to that experience with this guy, like it crushed me, So I decided, okay. And when that was happening, I was breaking up with baby daddy number one. He left, and I was like, you know what? I need a whole change of lifestyle. I'm gonna go to school. I registered myself to become an art critic and curator, and I said, no more music.
Wow.
No more music. Forget about it. So I moved to Toronto with my baby and like a laptop, and that was it.
Amazing.
And then I'm like walking in the hallways, and then this girl from Brazil, she's like, aren't you Lido Pimienta? Like, what are you doing in Toronto? Are you going to school? And I'm like, yeah, I don't do music anymore. And she begged me for like 2 weeks straight to perform at her gallery. And I did. And I haven't stopped since, but like that needed to happen for me to be like, yeah, girl, read a contract, get a contract so that you can secure yourself. So now it's like, you can't tell me nothing. Yeah. You want me to feature in your song? Show me the euros and I'll write you a hit. If you don't got them, let's work out something else. Like, it's fine,
Great.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Hey, we hope you enjoyed that video. A couple of more links here for some talks we think you'll like. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and otherwise head over to completeproducer.net so that you can connect with other music making geniuses from all over the world. We'll see you there.